So we can follow along with it.
Call the Town of Gaston regular council meeting for June 11th, 2026 into session at 6 p.m. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
You all right?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call of officials, please.
Katina,
Present.
Robert,
Present.
Brett.
Present. No guest speakers this month, so we'll move on to the approval of minutes. I've got May 14th, 2026 regular council minutes.
Oh, I just don't something with mine.
Were there any changes that needed to be made?
See anything? Just
Mr. President, I wasn't in attendance and the video shut off at 26 minutes, so I can
Okay.
verify.
I didn't, nothing jumped out at me, so I would entertain a motion to accept the regular meeting minutes for the May 14th, 2026 regular council meeting.
make a motion to accept the regular meeting minutes for May 14th, 2026 at 6 p.m.
I'll second that motion. A motion with a second. Please take roll call.
Katina,
Abstain?
Robert,
Aye.
Brett.
Aye. Committee reports. Plan Commission has not met, but we will be needing to schedule a meeting. We've had a request to rezone the bank property from a limited business into something that would allow for a funeral home. So we'll be scheduling that meeting, and that we'll bring that recommendation to the July meeting. Anything for parks?
At this time, we do not have an active parks board. I would like to, and I apologize, Traci, I didn't have the opportunity to speak to you prior to the meeting about it. And if your office does not want to, then I'm okay with that. But I know you guys have a love for flowers. And I was wondering if you guys, your office would take over overseeing the flowers and maybe planting some flowers at the park while we don't have an active board.
Sure.
If you don't want to, then that's fine. But we obviously need somebody during the summer months to keep those beds up if the flowers are dead, replace them or whatever need be. And I know you get flowers for up front, so if you wouldn't mind, then do so. And if you do, then get with the council and we'll find someone else to maintain those flowers.
That's fine.
And I'm
I'll
talking,
have to have something to water them with. Do we got a jug or a carry-on or something? You got?
and I'm referring to the flower beds, you know.
Right.
I think we need to keep the flowers in the bed, so that limits the work for the street department. And then you monitor them, and if they're dead or whatever, pull them out. Or if you need help, that's fine. But we have enough street work, in my opinion, that needs to be done, and other stuff that needs to be done, that I don't think the town should be having to pay somebody to just go down there and monitor the flowers all the time, if that makes sense. So I appreciate it. If not, let me know. I mean, I can help you, but I'm not good at keeping flowers alive, to be honest.
You just put some perennials in there.
Thank you. We're still looking for members to join the Parks Board, but until it's active, we will just maintain it the best we can.
Moving on to old business. First on my list, we have the annexation that we've been working on that was tabled. So I would entertain a motion to pull that off the table.
a motion to remove the annexation off the table.
Second.
Motion with a second. Please take a roll call.
Katina.
Aye.
Robert.
Aye.
Brett.
Aye. So at this time, everything has been prepared and completed. So we just need to, it's just a matter of passing that. And we've got the financial,
The physical
the
plan
fiscal,
is what we're
fiscal
passing.
study is what we're, yeah,
Yeah, so we're passing the physical plan, not the
Right.
actual annexation
Right.
itself.
sorry, yes.
I think that's also the plan that we passed before and the digits were incorrect. So those are just corrected figures,
Correct.
correct?
Then as soon as that's passed, you'll have an ordinance, and then you'll have a public hearing
Right.
in July's meeting.
So I would motion to accept the Town of Gaston, Indiana, Delaware County, Sergio Super Voluntary Annexation Physical Plan as presented.
Second.
A motion with a second. Please take a roll call.
Katina.
Aye.
Robert.
Aye.
Brett.
Traci, is there a place we need to sign or just passing?
You can sign it
You want us to sign
somewhere.
front? It's
Yeah,
up to you.
just sign the front of it. I'll look through it while you guys are talking.
Next on the agenda, we had tabled the garage door discussion because all of the quotes were not the same. Some of the quotes had door openers on them, but others did not. So we did get from Overhead Door, we got an updated quote with a garage door opener at $489. The two doors here at Town Hall, to replace those would be $4,991. And the one at the Blue Barn would be $2,710. I believe for a total of $8,190.
That's significantly cheaper, isn't it? Than the others?
That is one of the quotes we got. We have PJ's that we also received. Their quote was $11,533.92. And then Fairmount Doors gave us a quote for $12,375.05.
Okay, so that's, replacing the overhead door at the maintenance barn,
Correct.
these two doors, all three with openers,
Just
just these over here?
just the one.
Because I only have PJs and then the overhead.
Okay.
We're looking at streets, because I do want to review streets finances tonight. Where would your intent to pay from be?
I thought we were gonna pay it out of, I think I got it written down, like the rainy day fund or something. I thought that's what we.
You said
put it
something
on.
I was getting earlier.
It's getting help from the water or sewer company, because we house
No,
water hydrants down in the town barn, and we house equipment in here. All of our fittings and everything for the water is housed in the
Or you
town
could
garage.
just split it between all departments.
You wanna do that?
The rainy day fund has 19,681.34.
How much did you say?
19,681.34.
So what you wanna do? Or do you? Cause it's used for all those doors are used for everything, so.
Do you have an intent to use a rainy day fund for anything else this year? I'd recommend that we use the rainy day if she thinks that it qualifies. That way the departments can upgrade the other stuff they need to do,
What builds your rainy day fund?
tax revenue.
Tax revenue?
I mean, if that's Tracy's recommendation, because a lot of times we take across all three and then we
Right.
have other things that come up. And
I already went on tight
year
budget,
end,
too.
we're not moving our rainy day, we're losing it, so.
Yeah.
That's a recommendation, that's what I would do.
I would entertain a motion.
Make a motion, to go with overhead doors to fix our doors. Grand total, $8,190. To be paid from rainy day fund.
I'll second that motion, subject to audit.
We have a motion with a second. Please take a roll call.
Katina.
Aye.
Robert.
Aye.
Brett.
Aye.
You want to call Brett? Brett. Overhead door.
Oh, I can, anyhow. We're going to call Brett, Mr. President.
Now, will they haul off the old doors? What? Okay.
Yes.
You're talking to me, you gotta talk about. All right. You know. Right, you didn't want that. 3 seconds.
My goodness.
I make a motion to separate these two.
I'm gonna call point of order.
Wait a minute, you're elected to represent people. How many signatures have you got from the people you're representing?
Point of order, but I'm not sure what I need a signature for. I was elected to the table till December
You're
31st.
to represent people in your area,
That's correct.
and he was elected to represent people in his area. And represent this area. What do they, where's the signatures if they okay what you're doing?
You'd have to go look at the ballot box, sir.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yes.
Everything
Yes,
you do.
Are you talking about like getting garage doors and stuff?
Representation.
Mr. President, I'm gonna call point of order.
Point of order, please. Next on the agenda, I forwarded the ADA transition plan that had been tabled at a previous meeting. So we need to, I think we need to remove it from the table. Did everyone have a chance to review it?
Motion to remove the town of Gaston's ADA transition plan from the table.
Second.
Motion with a second. Please take a roll call.
Katina.
Aye.
Robert.
Aye.
Brett.
Aye.
Whether they want you to go compliant as much as you can,
The state of Indiana is requiring us to, yes.
or.
We will need to have a public meeting for this.
Just make it July 11th with the other one.
Just to discuss currently known areas of town that deny access to any town programs, services, or activities.
One public hearing or two?
One,
And at that time is when we'll need to pass or deny the resolution, or that needs to be done this evening?
I believe that we could go ahead and pass the resolution and then have the public meeting.
Let me go check my numbers before we move forward.
Traci, it's also your belief that the resolution gets passed prior to the public hearing?
I'm sorry, say that again.
It's also your understanding the resolution gets passed prior to the public hearing? And I understand that the public would come in, they would give their feedback pertaining to what they feel is or is not AD compliant.
Right.
But will we have a member of the town working on this prior to the public hearing to bring any attention to the council of what they may not see in compliance?
Yes.
A motion to accept the, did you want to read the resolution?
I can. Town of Gaston Resolution 2026-02, a resolution adopting an ADA transition plan for the town of Gaston. Whereas the federal government enacted the Americans with Disabilities Act 1990 as amended to prevent discrimination on the grounds of disability and to ensure that individuals are not excluded from participation in, denied benefits of, or otherwise subjected to discrimination under any program, service, or activity offered by a municipality receiving federal financial assistance on the basis of a person having a disability. Whereas throughout the years, additional regulations, statutes, directives, cases, and executive orders have been passed which expand the breadth of the ADA. Whereas the town of Gaston, Indiana, by its town council, wishes to formally adopt and implement the following attached policy and procedure for the benefit of all Gaston citizens, including members of the disabled population of this town. Whereas it is a requirement of the Indiana Department of Transportation and the United States Department of Justice that communities receiving federal financial assistance adopt an ADA transition plan. Now therefore be it resolved by the town council of the town of Gaston that it hereby adopts the attached ADA transition plan, passed and resolved by the town council of the town of Gaston this blank day of blank month.
A motion to accept the town of Gaston's resolution 2026-02 as presented.
002.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Second.
I have a motion with a second.
Katina.
Aye.
Robert.
Aye.
Brett.
Aye.
Mayor?
Yep.
And then do we want to schedule that public meeting to take place prior to.
Okay.
I mean, I think that would make the most sense rather than taking up regular meeting time.
Okay.
Would 5 p.m. on July 11th.
I think we would need to do it, as a lot of people don't get off work till 5.
Right.
So as long as we're in session till close to the 6 mark, I'm
Right.
okay with that, but I don't want anybody to be not able to give their feedback
Right.
prior to being at work.
Correct.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
5 p.m.
5 p.m. July 11th, 2026. We're requesting we're requesting the public to discuss currently known areas of the town that deny access to any town programs, services, or activities. This meeting will be recorded, or will record all public comments to include in the transition plan.
July 11th.
Do you have the rate study information? Okay. The other thing that we needed to discuss, or that we needed to do, is that the wastewater operator has successfully passed this term. So we've been directed by Indiana Alliance of Indiana Rural Water that he's due for his next wage increase.
Which already meets our current salary ordinance, correct? So
Yes,
no action needs to be taken, correct?
He's just,
I just wanted to make sure that it was covered.
Mr. President, you spoke on the rate increase. Was that utility, was that on the table as a, I think we tabled that quite a few times.
We did table it quite a few times.
I'd like to either discuss that in the department or take it off the table to have a small discussion. So I would motion to take the water utility sewage rate study off the table.
Second.
Have a motion with a second.
Katina, Robert,
Aye.
Brett.
Aye.
The reason that I asked to do so is currently we have $32,299.44 in the water
It's 50 now.
operation. It's what,
50.
even?
50,000. Some change.
I know no one wants to have their utilities increased. I know we did a sewage increase when we did the project.
Right.
Water has not been increased for many, many years. I do not think we can sit on this much longer.
Right.
So I was wanting to ask you what our plans are moving forward on that rate study and getting these rates into effect, because I know it takes her office a while.
Right.
Yeah, I have to start with the new testing year. So we'll just have to kind of start from the beginning. And I'll have to send them all new information.
And we are passed for the testing, so currently we're waiting on you to send the figures to them and them to give us an update.
They're actually waiting till June closes
Okay,
because we'll be working on everything in the accounting part of it. So that we can move forward for the next 6 months because we need to see June cash balances. So I will talk to them in July.
so it could potentially be January 2027 before we see this rate increase.
But when we get moving forward, we'll want to make sure we give 4 to 6 weeks for Keystone.
Right. Okay. I just feel like it's something that we're at a situation where we have to move forward on this. So that, I just wanted an update. So I appreciate that. And I motion to put that back on the table.
Second.
Motion with a second.
Katina.
Aye.
Robert.
Aye.
Brett.
Aye. Moving on to new business, claims. All those. We doing? Yeah.
And there was two added, Traci, and prior to the meeting, you was gonna give me the total. You can give it to me now.
The updated total is $12,723.43.
And what bills weren't included?
There was a Johnson Oil invoice for $146.02 and a Cintas invoice for $102.22.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
A motion to accept the accounts payable voucher in the sum of $12,723.43 as presented, subject to audit.
Second.
Motion with a second, please take roll call.
Katina.
Aye.
Robert.
Aye.
Brett.
Aye. Next, I've got the accounts payable voucher. The accounts payable voucher is as presented, is in the amount of $84,430.07.
Motion to accept, subject to audit.
Second.
Motion with a second, please take roll call.
Katina.
Aye.
Robert.
Aye.
Brett.
Aye. We had a few loose invoices. We had one for C4 at a CM for clothing in the amount of $437.46. Will be for the police department.
Mr. President, I do need to verify with the officers, neither one are here, a change of the purchase. We did receive a bill that was actually a duplicate.
Okay,
So I will motion to pay C4SEM the $437.46, subject to verification. It's not a duplicate and subject to the town's ordinance on the clothing allowance. Should an officer be over their clothing allowance, they will be expected to repay the town of Gaston.
Second.
we have a motion with a second. Please take roll call.
Katina.
Aye.
Robert.
Aye.
Brett.
That's paper cutting.
Pardon?
That was paper cutting.
Yeah.
Next, we have there's
There's two of them.
two separate things.
Well, no. They're just so you could see them. That's Comcast,
That's
yes.
Comcast. Thank you. We have an invoice from Reedy Financial Group for accounting, bookkeeping, administrative help. That would be in the amount of $2,820.55.
I think
25.
there's,
Was that or 55? Yeah, you're right.
I think there's also the annexation included on that.
Okay.
There's two of them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. The second one, second part of that is the annexation.
Any of this? I'll just make a motion to. Okay, there we go. Make a motion to accept the Reedy Financial at $2,820.55.
Second, subject to audit.
I have a motion with a second. Please take roll call.
Katina.
Aye.
Robert.
Aye.
Brett.
Aye. We have a mileage reimbursement for Traci Pittenger in the amount of $73.50 for bank trips.
Motion to accept, subject to audit.
Second.
Motion with a second. Please take roll call.
Katina.
Aye.
Robert.
Aye.
Brett.
Aye. We did receive the updated codified book from American Legal Publishing, which was updated with all of our new ordinances since the last time that it had been done. The amount for that was $2,784.37.
And that's the last invoice for that.
Let's make a motion to accept the American Legal Publishing invoice in the amount of $2,784.37.
Second, subject to audit.
Motion with a second. Please take roll call.
Katina.
Aye.
Robert.
Aye.
Brett.
Aye. They're on the backside.
We do?
Lastly, we were presented with an invoice from Schneider General Contracting for additional labor for the street department from April 13th, 2023 through June 11th, 2026, in the amount of $2,465.
Go for the. Make a motion to accept the invoice from Schneider General Contracting LLC, an amount of $2,465 even.
Motion dies on the table. We want to table that.
The motion died on the table, and I'll explain my position on why it died on the table. It's in direct violation of the contractual professional service agreement passed in April. If you look at section 3, compensation says the town shall compensate the contractor $40,000 a year for the services described in this agreement. Payments shall be made in periodical installments as determined by the town upon submission and invoiced by the contractor. Contractor shall not perform any additional services that would increase compensation without prior authorization from the town. Monthly pay will be on the last Friday of every month. Back last month, we passed and hired a part-time employee. I have no description of what work was performed. I have the utmost respect for Schneider General Contracting, so I would be willing to go into an executive session and discuss the job performance and what's going on, and then have another meeting about it if you want to table the bill, but the motion died on the table. And that's why I let it die, because it's a violation, a direct violation of that agreement the town reached into.
Well, I beg to differ, and he's here, can he dispute it now?
Well, since it's already died, I don't think, but.
But I don't believe that's fair to die that when we've been up here busting tail to keep this town up.
Well, what I was gonna ask is,
In that
So,
contract, it says assist. It says assist the town of Gaston employee. It does not say to come in here and do it all with Schneider General Contractor. It says to assist a full-time employee.
It does not say, it says a full-time employee. I can read the professional service agreement. I have no problem doing so, but the motion died on the table. You can't bring the motion back to the table today. I would do a point of order. Had I had that bill prior to the meeting, I would have met with Mr. Snyder and got some discussion.
That would be like us when we've worked all day and come in at 6, 7 o'clock at night and there's banners laying on our desk out there. We go ahead and go and put them up instead of just let them lay and wait and call to go hang up banners. We have had no town of Gaston employee other than 2 weeks with your part-time guy. Ben quit us a week after you hired me. That was a violation of the contract immediately because you had no full-time employee for me to guide.
well, it's not a
That's part of
violation,
the
we can't help
contract.
somebody else, we can't help when somebody quits.
I believe this
I
information.
get what you're saying,
You get,
but what I
I
think
get where
she's
it's coming
saying
from. I
is,
don't want to come from, I
I
don't want
know.
to turn into an argument. I just want you to be fair with me because you have had no employees for me to assist or help.
yeah, but we didn't fire the employee, so it's not like we,
He
Well,
quit.
yeah.
You're not your fault, not mine. So I'm expected
And that's what
I'm
she's saying, she wants to
expected
go
to
over.
go
this.
ahead and do what I've been doing for you guys.
Yes,
And if you don't think that's good enough,
I'm not saying that, I
Well,
think what she wanted to do is
here's
have
the
this
other thing with
conversation.
that bill I
and then go
gave you.
over it.
All that is 29 hours of your part-time guy at your part-time guy's rate. My guy makes considerably more than your part-time guy, but I settled for your part-time guy's rate. And I mean, I believe I'm being more than fair with that.
Are these the 2 time cards for the
Yes.
part-time employees?
But what I'm thinking is this what I'm getting at you? You wanted to go over all this, what we're going over now, and then,
Well, it's why wait? I mean, I'm
It's a
here. I
direct
can't take
violation of the agreement.
So I would recommend scheduling an executive session for next week.
I do want to get it figured out. I want us to be a team. I want us to
Well,
rock. I
what
want
that
us to
tells
rock.
me is it that you're not willing. I'm expected to give above and beyond. And right off the bat, that's telling me that you're not willing to work with me any. And that's a more than fair additional compensation that I'm asking for, because you know what? Had we not been in here, the town wouldn't have no one. When Ben quit, it took you 3 weeks to hire a guy. That's 3 weeks of work I've come in here with my guy and we've done. The part-time guy I thought was gonna pick right on. He worked 1 day, 1 week, and 3 or 4 days the next week. Since then, the town has had no one. That's not my fault. But if you want to talk violation of the contract, that's a violation of the
But
contract.
he's a part-time employee,
But
right?
what I did do instead out of good faith was continue to do the complaints and the mowing and the weed whacking and the banners and the asphalt. Stuff that needs done that I'm getting pounded on that you all well know.
Oh, I know. I know
Okay?
we're getting pounded on.
I understand what you're reading in the contract. It says call and let you know, call and let you know. But you know what? We're busy working and what we're doing is visual. I can take you around and show you everything we done every day we did it.
Joe, I have the utmost respect for you, but I have a due diligence as a council member
Right.
to follow the professional service agreement. So if the council, I would recommend that we sit down. Obviously, you've got concerns about the agreement. I have major concerns. I also, does the part-time employee still work here?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's taking
He'll be back Monday.
your clerk has made contact with him today.
Well, I knew that you made the comment they only work 1 day or whatever, so I knew what she said, but I wasn't sure if that was the case.
That was the following Friday after not only us, but the council had hustled to get him hired as soon as we can. And I mean, it's,
And then you say that prior for what, a week or so?
yeah, but it just had turned into something. I mean, you know, unlike you guys, like your guys quit. We thought we had him coming on, but he is coming Monday.
Okay, so I would recommend that we have this and then we can, by all means, revisit it. But I'm going to tell you that if I show up at this council meeting with bills, doesn't matter if it's Snyder General Contracting or the police department, that is outside of the ordinance and not brought to this council.
Fair enough.
I cannot, with my due diligence, say it's okay.
Fair enough.
So can we do an executive session on Monday? The clerk leaves on Tuesday.
Well, then I want to do it on Tuesday.
And what's the matter with Friday?
2 days.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Tuesday, the 15th, is that correct?
That'd be Monday, the 15th.
We do it?
Or Monday,
Yes.
Friday, no,
Can we do?
Can we do it
Why not?
Tuesday?
Why not?
Can't be Monday.
yeah, it'd have to be Tuesday,
Okay, so we'd have to do it on Tuesday.
right? Tomorrow's Friday.
Tomorrow's Friday.
So it has to be Tuesday, you're saying, because business days?
Yes.
We
I
can
can do
do
Friday. Are you busy Friday?
next Friday? Yeah,
I can do Tuesday.
Tuesday
Mr. Snyder,
morning.
Can you do Tuesday morning?
I'll probably be up there working, yes, ma'am.
The earliest, the better for me.
Right on, 5:30.
No, well, I'm at work still then, but I can do 7:30.
We do 8 a.m.
8 a.m.
Hey, we came together on that.
Okay.
And we're gonna go over all this on that.
Tuesday, what's
Yes.
that date?
Discuss it.
I will advise that if we want to take any action, you must have a special meeting afterwards.
Can we go ahead and schedule that special meeting to take place at 9 a.m.?
I would ask Traci that this invoice be submitted over to the town's legal counsel just to see if the detailing is correct for state board of accounts.
one more thing I might add is, the night the storm hit, I come up here at 10 o'clock at night, worked till 3 o'clock in the morning. I came back the following day with my equipment, Schneider General Contractors equipment, and my help, along with your equipment and your trucks, and clean that mess up. And none of that time is on that invoice.
I would recommend that you keep accurate and make sure.
Which that, oh, I've got it all wrote down, which that is considered emergency work. That's not something that the town does, correct? That was a storm hazard that happened.
Are you asking me if you come in here follows this agreement?
No, I'm just saying,
That would
that's
be
one
if,
other thing we did. That was an emergency job.
if there were
Nobody knew
trees,
that.
if there were trees down blocking roadways, then yes,
I
that
was
would
calling
be,
McCarl.
that would be, the street department would have responded to that.
Right, but, I mean, obviously I gotta bring the invoices, but I want you to see things that I don't bring the invoices.
And we'll discuss all that in the executive session on Tuesday.
Fair.
Moving on, we have insurance from Barnum and Brown. This is for the year. Okay, so insurance liability for the town is for the following year is $41,444. Is that 10 cents? Or is
Oh,
that 90 cents?
let me see that. You can't read my
I
writing?
can't read your writing.
Sorry. Oh, that's just $41,444.
Okay. So that was $41,444 even. Cyber policy the town has is in the amount of $1,870.63 for a grand total of $43,314.63.
And that's paid spread across all departments, correct?
Yes,
That is paid from its own.
from its
From our
own line
insurance.
item.
Mhm.
And we have enough that we budgeted to cover up the shift?
Yeah.
Because I see that you said there's a 4% increase on the liability, but the workman's comp went down 331 and accident and sickness went down 908. Motion to accept as presented, subject to audit.
Second.
We have a motion with a second. Please take roll call.
Katina,
Aye.
Robert,
Aye.
oh, there's a bunch of signatures.
I know, I'll sign it after the meeting.
Okay. Brett.
Aye.
That's the pager.
Okay. We need to
This
do
is-
something with this.
Yes. Carl, they can't connect to my internet.
Correct.
I thought I was gonna do that in the departmental. If you
We
want.
can.
You
No.
can do it now. if you want.
Okay.
We'll do it in the departmental.
Okay.
I forwarded council information about getting the updated Pazer rating done. ECIRPD is able to do that at a cost of $763.93. And that would then update and be submitted to LTAP.
And we do that for, so.
That does,
We're
it needs
required
to be done
to-
annually for CCMG grant.
Correct. Motion to accept, subject to audit.
Second.
Motion with a second, please take roll call.
Katina.
Aye.
Robert.
Aye.
Brett.
Aye. You want us to initial this? Okay. Okay. So moving on to adjustments. Showing that we had one adjustment for account number 201-73000. Form is filled out. We do have a receipt attached. And I do see where there was a leak. It does appear to be in line with the ordinance.
It appears that it might have slowly started in January though.
Yeah,
It's taken him that long to find it.
Right, so I just want to note that because your 2,000 gallon overage for the ordinance would go back to the first of the year. So we would want to note that it was a slow leak, in my opinion. And of course, we know the commode.
mhm.
Yeah. Make a motion to accept the leak adjustment form for account number 20173000.
Second, subject to audit.
Motion in a second, please take roll call.
Katina.
Aye.
Robert.
Aye.
Brett.
Aye.
Goes in that folder.
What
Lisa's
folder?
folder. Oh. Lisa has a folder right there.
Oh, I know why, because that's my copy.
Just switching. Just lay it right there. It's just a letter I received from the commissioners.
Okay. So we received a letter from the Delaware County Redevelopment Commission dated May 14th, 2026, in reference to the 6928 Gaston allocation area. Dear Delaware County Auditor, Delaware County Council, and overlapping taxing units, in accordance with Indiana Code 36-7-14-39 B5B, the Delaware County Redevelopment Commission is hereby notifying you of the following determination that it has made concerning its tax allocation area for 2026, taxes payable 2027. The commission has determined that there is no excess assessed value that may be allocated to the overlapping tax units in the manner prescribed in subdivision 1 of the act. Signed, Amber Green, President of the Delaware County Redevelopment Commission. Shock.
So they developed it.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I wish they would develop out there, but.
I do too.
Right.
I do too. Do this next, or is this
You
just
can.
for, or is this
Next
just for
one.
our knowledge?
Just for your knowledge, and
Okay.
I know she wants to talk about it.
Okay. We received updated fund reports for edit. I'm going to have some discussion on this.
I want the public to know what kind of funds that we're working with to try to do our roadways. That's why you see that I have everything here.
Yeah.
I don't have a magical wand, so I think it's time to let the public know what kind of money that we are dealing with trying to get our infrastructure that has been ignored for many, many years prior to my term. And that we have to go outside and get creative before we can find any money. So I just really wanted the public to know what kind of funds that we're dealing with on our budget. I mean, you got an estimate for $12 million to do Sycamore and Elm. So if you found 12 million there, you let me know. We'll call and we'll start tomorrow.
That's not gonna happen.
Right. So our edit second funding currently has $124,950.97 in it. Our Edit Water Upgrades account has $10,000 or $10,062.50 in it. Our Project 10 account does have $150,000 in it. And our Local Roads and Streets Fund has $24,403.08.
24,000 what?
403.08.
So the town applied for the CCMG to do down on Elm by the elementary school and the trailer park. Would you please tell the public how much that project alone, that pavement cost?
How much it costs? Well, it was, we got $62,000 and some change from NDOT, and the town will be paying $15,270.
So roughly $90,000 to do that little patch. Is
Yeah.
that correct?
Yes.
That would almost wipe out one of those.
I just
That's a
want-
pretty good chunk.
Well, and Joe, you will agree that when it becomes a state, local project, the rates are a much different rate than if I called you to pave my driveway.
Yes, ma'am. That, for instance, that machine they had out there that eats the road 7 foot wide costs $8,500 a day. That's just the machine.
Okay, and Joe, can you tell me that on Madison Street, the strip and the block that was done, why was that done?
Okay, well, ever how it worked out, those guys, I know some of them guys, we've been doing this kind of work for 40 years, so 3 or 4 people, not because I know them by no means, but what they did, they had an area that they had to do, and their superintendent called and said, hey, we got an extra load of asphalt. Why, we don't know. It's no extra charge to nobody. So what those guys normally would do, because those guys was all there, hot and tired, they would load up, GBT would take and dump that asphalt in the recycling pile, and they'd go home.
Call it a day.
He says, if you want, we can spin it up on these roads right here. I'm like, well, where are you at? And they're, well, we're on Madison now. I don't know street numbers other than, and you've been aggravated probably before because I know 850 and 600 west.
I'm on the same page with you.
I'm like, dude, just turn and how much you got? Well, we don't know, probably a whole load. So I'm like, are you gonna tap your mill where you tie in? Oh yeah, we're gonna clean the street. We're gonna tie it in. So well, I said, just go up Madison as far as you can.
I can tell you
I don't know
about
where it's at.
Madison Street.
So if I may finish,
Oh, I'm
please.
sorry.
So they went up Madison to the south, done both lanes, and then they had some left, and they went Madison to the north. Cleaned their trucks up, and they were out of there. Now, the reason I didn't sit and say, oh, well, we could go clear down is because they've got $1,000 a load of asphalt on there or more, and it's getting cold. It's not getting hotter. All them guys are right there. Their pavers there. Their cleanups there. They're all right there.
Right.
So that's why they done First Street they could come to. It's either that or go home.
So if I understand correctly, that road got done correct because it was extra. There was no
That
charge to the
foreman
town.
is a good guy.
Gesture.
He did
Kind of.
Mr. Yoder is the foreman. And they just did us a good job.
Well, if you would extend out our appreciation.
I surely did, and I will again
Yeah.
from the council. So
And
it was a freebie. It's like,
they
we're
can
here to
come to
help.
any road and gas and they're more than welcome.
Couple of them guys live
Asphalt.
and eat, couple of them guys live and eat, and some of them live in Delville. They know about 4 towns.
Yes, and a lot of towns are facing it, but I appreciate you explaining why it happened, but I do want them to know that we appreciate that they did it for free at no charge, because in general, they probably would have packed up and just went home.
Right.
Well,
So
it's
I
been
appreciate-
easier and they've been quicker.
Right, and I
Like,
appreciate you
oh,
working
smoke.
with them to get that done.
There was a hole that went across Madison Street, across the street. I drive Madison Street to go 850 to Muncie almost anytime I go. That's the way I go. I take 850 to Wheeling, and that's the way I go to Camp Muncie. So they're right before you get to cross the corner, after you cross
High Street.
High Street, there was a hole in the street, and my car sits very low to the ground. So I would bottom out that hole every time I went.
I welcome them to come anywhere, and if you can see my frustration,
Yeah.
you're correct, because I'm well aware that our roads are in bad shape.
Yeah.
But Gaston, Indiana is not the only one that's facing this with Senate
Oh,
Bill
no.
1. We have to get
And
creative.
you can tell by the numbers, there's obviously no money to do the road.
But I think we're coming up with a good plan for you.
I hope so. I appreciate it. I mean, I want Sycamore looked at. I want Elm. I want the major roads looked at. But I'm also not going to say, oh, no, you can't give us that money because we're not doing the
We
main
don't want it
road.
done free.
Okay. Well, last year we had a short period of time to get in, a short amount of money that wouldn't even probably have patched the holes on Sycamore.
Yeah.
We weren't going to say, oh, no, we don't want that because it's our main roads. Anytime we can get help on whatever roads it be, we're going to take it.
Yeah.
We know we have a big project on Sycamore now, and Joe is working on it. I ask people to be patient while we look for the money. If you have ideas where money's there, I'm willing to listen. But I'm also not willing to bankrupt this town, if that makes sense.
Correct.
That's off my chest. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
You want
Water department reports, water, wastewater. We received a message from the water superintendent that there were no additional updates at this time. I did want to ask. We have a pit that's supposed to have been repaired. Where are we at with getting that scheduled and getting that done?
I'm glad you brought that up, Mr. President, because I was going to address the council. Are you aware where this leak at is on private property? It is not the town's leak.
We have been made aware of that.
Okay. I was
So
just told we don't fix leaks on homeowner's side, or we'll be fixing every leak in town on the homeowner's side.
Okay, I have obviously misunderstood. Mr. Barber, are you in the building?
Yeah.
Can you enter the meeting room, please? My question is, I'm pretty sure the town has a regulation to meter tampering. But I don't know that this is meter tampering. Do we have a regulation my understanding was the leak was underneath the residence. The property owner made some kind of contact with Connect on his side, which caused the leak in the meter that then filtered over to our side. So my question is, at what point do you have to have a professional, or does the town have an ordinance that when they're going to connect to the town's meter,
Should have.
it has to be a professional person? You don't want somebody like me out there connecting to mine.
Just based on what I've done in other cities for years, when we tie into a meter or a city's municipality sanitary, there's an inspector / town representative there to see the connection. And if you're tying into Muncie meter pit on the backside, you need your water license.
Well,
Your
that's
licensed plumber.
that's where my question is.
That's what you have up here. Those meters don't leak on one side and drift back to the other. They don't do that, or there'd be water blowing out the road and the road would be wet. What they've done by not knowing what they're doing when they've tied into the town's meter, they've not plumbed it correctly. That's where it's leaking at, but
The exact message that I got is going to cost us, the town, a few $1,000s to repair a leak that the homeowner created when he connected to our setter.
well, that's a bad habit to get in. How many homeowners you have in this town? 300?
350
Roughly.
so.
times $2,000.
So I took it from our certified operator that the leak was on our side. You're telling me the leak is not on our side.
Come right out of the water guy's mouth.
Mr. President, I would recommend that this discussion goes to the special meeting next week.
Okay.
If there's a cost to the town, if it's the property owners, they need to pay for it. And I'm gonna tell you right now that I will not pass and I've told you this before, I will not sit on a water leak adjustment that has been neglect on a property owner, whether it's my house, her house, or anybody else's. So find out who the leak's where the leak, because I was told the leak was on the town side.
Correct.
Well.
And that's what we've been told for months.
Anytime that they've got their water shut off and the meter's running, it's on the homeowner's side. Anytime that happens.
Okay. Well, we'll discuss this further in the special meeting on Tuesday.
And I would recommend, Tracy, that you get a hold of the customer in case they want to attend that meeting.
That'll be okay.
Because I thought it was already fixed.
Right.
And then it was just brought to my attention this last week that it wasn't fixed.
See, all of our meter sets over here, they're either brass or copper. So if you're a licensed plumber, you know when you come up to that brass fitting or copper fitting coming out of that meter set, that before you run your well pipe, plastic Walmart water line into it, you've got to get a stainless steel sleeve and slide inside that water line before you slide it over our connector. If not, it'll leak.
Well, I mean, I'm well aware of water leaks. You know, I had a major one.
Yes, ma'am.
And my husband did the repair work, but my husband did not connect without somebody there that was qualified.
Yes, ma'am.
If the town, I'm sure there's an ordinance there.
Well,
You
if there's
just
not,
can't-
there should be.
If there's not, we need to be, because we can't continue, not just this residence, but even like my
Well,
situation. If
right.
we can't create the town more
And
money.
you can't have someone that's not a plumber tampering with water that affects all the residents.
And I understand that water leaks are expensive. I mean, we told somebody out they wanted $5,000. My husband was able to do it for 6 or 7.
That's part of
But-
being a homeowner.
Right. So I understand the hardship, but also you can't have it where it creates a hardship financially for the town. So I'm pretty sure the ordinance is there. If it's not, let's look into it. We can't just have anybody tampering, hooking, connecting to these meters that's not qualified to do so.
You know, those are things that I can do, is raise outgoing or something somebody's tying in. And actually, there should be at least a permit that you know they're doing it. They shouldn't be tampering with any of our meters unless someone's there.
Yeah, we might want to look into that. That's a good idea to permit. The council, I know we're going to talk about it Tuesday, but I want to bring it to your attention. Anything that Snyder General Contracting does in the sewage water is an additional cost.
Correct.
I've
Now,
been putting that off.
if he assigns it to the part-time employee, which is what I would expect that you exalt that first, then that's a totally different story. But it does state in the agreement that anything Mr. Schneider does outside of water or outside of streets, water and sewage is an additional cost. And I want the bill before you do the work.
While we're in like water or like leaks and stuff like that, somebody messaged me this week about down there on this road, down closer to the end. I think it's Miss Heffernan. Me and you said it was most likely the basement, correct? It's not from anything.
What I said
flooding.
is that her basement was leaking before you were born. That's what I said, because
Okay.
it's a cinder block basement.
Because you said it was all cleared out down there. You looked at it.
I've
it was
never
cleared out.
been in her basement. I have no desire to go in there. I have no business going in her basement. What I did is I viewed the council's pit in the street.
Yeah.
It's broke down, yes. Okay, but as you guys have said before, it's not just Gaston, Indiana. That's hundreds of other towns all over. And it needs repaired. We've had a barricade out there for a long time. I charge you rent on that. We have anything in there on barricades?
We can buy our some.
I gave Carl Barber a quote on that area last year. Nothing happened, but I know, but
No, we had a discussion and that was my question was because I didn't want to fix one and it leads to a problem on the next and the
Right.
next. So my understanding was it was the whole street that we need to fix those drains, not just that one drain.
well, here's the thing with I guess we can get into it now about your infrastructure and your monies for the street. Yeah, there needs to be some infrastructure work done out there, okay, but we don't have the money to do it. No town does unless the government gives you $20 million, okay? Because it's new water lines, new storm drains, new sewer lines, new sidewalks, new curbs, new gutters. You can't do that. But what you can do is you can go in there with some of that monies that I heard, if we get our CC matching grant gets filled out and turned in. Also, I've been talking to Tyler. He will come in town and go through town with these streets with me, or you if you want.
You're the.
He'll get everything ready to go towards the grant. I know that you got to get 3 quotes. That's no problem. But he'll walk us through that. That's all he does, the kind of work he does. So he's real keen on it. So yeah, we need some infrastructure work, but you can still get those horrible spots milled down a couple inches in. Some of them he can overlay, but he can walk through and tell us, and then we're going to have a problem. I mean that just happens.
Well,
if we do have a problem, we've been doing it for decades. We're capable of going in a new street and cutting out a manhole and setting a new manhole and running pipe across it back from that street up to as good or better condition, whether it's a brand new street or it's an old street.
Well, I know a lot of people compare us with other communities and a lot of the streets that they're seeing, they don't have infrastructure underneath. Our biggest issue is our utility infrastructure underneath, is my understanding, on Sycamore.
Right, but see, one reason that Gaston's got a lot of infrastructure is because, I'll explain it to you, but I can't understand it for it. This area is flat. A lot of them other towns like Matthews, they got a lot of things going downhill. But this area is flat, so you got a lot of infrastructure. Some towns don't hardly have any inlets when the streets short of sewer lines.
So if I'm understanding you correctly, you're in contacts with potentially maybe trying to patch up Sycamore a lot to make it a little bit safer until we can afford it.
We patched, but honestly, we just, it's patchwork. We probably did a little bit of good and probably made a few bumps, but we can only.
But do you
That's
think
what
that
we
we could
can.
afford to have them and come in and mill like some of the really rough parts and then patch that to make it?
Yeah, but, yeah. I
Can
think
you work on
with-
that?
I think
Are you
with
talking about like
some
just
of
those
those
nice
monies in
squares?
there, and if we get the CCM grant, you could do quite a, you
I'm
could
just
do
saying-
some good.
And I don't come in a lot on the 850 part, so if there is some down there, but if you could get us a quote to patch, mill down the really rough parts of Sycamore, South Sycamore.
Some of them, and I'll have to wait on Tyler, because he runs the machines a lot more than I have. So he might see some areas and we'll take shots where he don't have to mill it down, he can just overlay it.
Okay.
See?
Let's focus on trying to get this repairable to the best we can while we apply for CCMG, because I do understand the public's frustrations.
Mhm.
I want to be a part of the resolution, not part of the problem.
Right, and it just, it takes a minute,
Well, I
But
mean,
we
it's,
will need to
the
determine.
CCM grant application is not even due until October
Right.
1st.
Yeah.
So you have to go
Importantly,
through that process,
right.
wait all winter and then,
Well,
And then-
they award them though in December or January.
right, but they
Right.
don't
Then
do
you
the
know.
work. Yeah.
Then if you then that gives the towns time because there's some preparations we can do before that happens.
Right, and then some of those, we have to match, so it's not like they just give it to us for free.
Right.
So we have to fit the money into our budget.
But some of that money I heard just slinging around there, you got a little bit of money to match to get a considerable amount of work done.
Well, we have to determine how much, what areas, because I believe that has to go into the grant request.
Right.
It does, and so
Yeah.
he can walk us right through that.
And the county is working on getting the sidewalk down here by the Dollar General, and I was sitting on some of that edit money because I thought we were gonna have to pay a portion. You brought it to my attention that we will not have to pay.
Right.
That's what I was
anything.
told.
That's what we've been.
Because I mean, I know the roads are bad, but safety is also a priority to me, to the people walking to the dollar store. So I'm really appreciative that the Delaware County is going to assist us on getting that sidewalk.
Right,
which
gets
is
them
their
off the
property.
road getting down there.
Yes. A lot of times I'm walking to work and I see people walking to the dollar store and I don't see them until I'm right up on them.
Right,
Yeah.
because generally they're wearing black.
So, okay. I appreciate it, Joe. Let's see what we can find there to make that road more accessible to the public. But I'm also aware that, the road.
There's still some patchwork, I'm sorry to interrupt
Oh,
you,
you're
there's
right.
still some patching we can do on some of these roads and stuff.
Well, I mean-
And we'll still work on it.
Right, I appreciate it.
I want to learn too, like the process, like when they're out there, like I just want to learn what they're doing. But anyways, we'll make it going since we're in
We'll go
the streets
keep
now, I
going
guess.
with the streets, yep.
Okay, so dumpster day was a success. I know there was a lot of heat on Facebook because it got packed too early. But honestly, I think it was a success. We had guys going out there on the weekend working, and other people aren't working. We got an extra dumpster this year, and it's never filled up that early with 2 dumpsters. We can't decide how many people want to come in on that day and then the next day. So I think dumpster day was a success. They packed it really hard in there, tried to fit as much as they could, and we helped out a lot, I think. So I think dumpster day was a success, and I appreciate you for being out there. And
And
Yeah,
it did,
so that-
they did have overage.
Yeah, 375. I know.
$375 overage. Some
If
people
you
were on.
don't, if you don't watch that overage.
We know about it.
Before you know it, you're buying more dumpsters.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, dumpster
So they
days.
might look in there and see a void, well, it's not full, well, they don't know what we've already packed in there, and I kind of keep an eye on it, because I didn't want you to come back and say this dumpster's cost us $1,200 a piece.
$2,133.75 to do the 3 dumpsters. And talking with Traci, because I would like to do another dumpster day if the need is there and we can financially afford it. But I also want the public to know, in researching that, Traci and I both found out that a lot of communities did away with dumpster days because the trash services now include pick up large items. If the need is there and we can financially afford it, I would like, and Carl and I've talked about it because I did drive around and some of these properties, they did not utilize dumpster days.
Best Way will take 3 large items a month
yeah.
for
But-
free
but-
with your paid subscription to them.
Yeah, I would like to do that again, but I would like the town to appreciate it. Like we did that and we got a lot of heat because it got full too early.
I can't make people.
Well, yeah, you might as well forget about it.
Yeah, I know, but it's like,
Yeah.
but they didn't know that we might talk about trying to do 2, and they didn't.
I did have an individual that used to live in town that lives out in the county, who is a part of the Lions Club, I believe, reach out to me, asked what kind of cost it was, that she might potentially have someone that might want to donate. So Traci even reached out. I said, hey, check and see if you can, we got a clear no on the donating. But
A clear go or a no?
No.
But if we can afford to do, I would like, and I'm not doing this, I'm gonna tell you, I'm not doing it because of Facebook, because I don't play Facebook games. I graduated from high school, Westdale High School in 1990, and that's when I quit playing those games.
That's all they are.
but I do want to offer the service to the public. I want to thank you, Robert, for going out and helping the elders that are unable to get their stuff to the dumpster. That was something that you did as a kind act, and I want to let you know I appreciate you for doing that, because we all have busy schedules. I wasn't able to do that, so thanks, Robert, for doing that. I talked to Carl. I do not feel it's necessary to bring your hired help in. If our part-time guy can help, or Carl can come in and help. You said you wouldn't mind doing it, right?
Doing what?
if we did another dumpster day.
Well, if you got a part-time guy, I can tell you right now, him, either one can work like my guy.
Can or cannot?
Cannot.
I can outwork your guy.
So, I mean,
Well, what I'm saying is I just don't want to bring
Well,
an
see,
additional
that's-
cost to the town.
Yeah,
Right.
we don't
Right.
want to create
but
additional
a
costs for
part-time
that.
guy, if he comes in, that's
Your
fine.
part-time guy, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
The
Troy
actual
helped
towns.
unload every person that came in.
Oh, I seen him working hard, but what I'm saying is we can utilize the help that we have here on the town without you having to have additional cost at your company. by bringing
Well,
them.
right, I mean, I could have been perfectly happy not being up there myself, because, Tim's capable of doing all that.
Yeah, he's capable of being a machine.
So,
But see, you have to manage them people that come in, or we'd still be down there picking garbage up everywhere but in the
oh, I
dumpster.
understand. I've worked several of them.
And there
I
was
can
some
now-
characters that come in, but no problem.
And, it's a
Well, if
service.
they load it into the vehicle, how come they can't unload it? into the
Well, I
back
mean,
there?
we can tell people struggle a little bit, and some people's in better shape than others, and we weren't just down there sitting, waiting on
Yeah.
people to come in. We were cleaning the lot, we were
Yeah.
cleaning the
Oh, it looks so
gravel.
much different back there. I don't know if you went and looked, but
Oh, I was down there. I want to make sure that it's a service to the people that live in town, of
Right.
Gaston, Indiana.
he was making, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
everyone was from in town.
So Tracy, where could we pay this from? And let's talk about going ahead and having one more dumpster day. This is not going to be an annual thing. It's just, when the fines start going out for these property owners, I don't want to hear them say that you didn't have the opportunity to get it out of the yard and get it, because that's what I want. What you got in your garage, I don't care. But if you got a bunch of junk out in your yard, let's use it and get rid of it.
I have a question.
So,
If you know of a property owner here in town that has the trash, that they don't get rid of the trash, is there something we can do to make them get rid of the trash?
We're working on that.
Well, it has to be their character,
They-
okay? I mean, you
I would
can-
wait.
they don't have to be
I would wait till they,
It has to be their character, so you can drive
September.
around and look
So
around
it's in
and see
September.
what kind
Still
of character.
warm.
because
it is.
our payments are coming out in July.
Okay.
One or
okay,
two.
Tracy has recommended that, that we do it in August or September, due to the town's financials.
Yeah.
So if you want to talk with your part-time guy that works for the town and have him give you a projected date, because it's a weekend, that he could work that weekend, and then follow up with the town, then we'll get that day scheduled. We'll give them plenty of time that everybody knows, and they can get their, everything ready. Then I want you to talk to him.
And I don't mind, because I have to do some time regardless, so I don't mind doing stuff like that.
I just want
I
to
think
make sure.
September would be a better month than August.
Talk to
It'd get a
the,
little cooler out.
Heat.
okay, talk to the
It's
part.
still summer.
I want to get it out now, though. Talk to him and see what's good for
Yes,
him.
ma'am.
I want to get it out as early as possible. They've had several months to get their stuff together.
He comes back next week, I'll get a schedule from him, and I'll have you a date that he's available
Work with
next
Tracy.
week.
But yeah, but I wanted to say, I think it was a success. I appreciate you being out there on the weekend. That maintenance lot looks awesome. It's like they graded it pretty much, basically. All the trash that was on the fence line is all cleared up. They burnt, because we had let so many people come and dump all kinds of debris back there. They're getting that burnt down. It looks so much different back there. So I'm very happy with that. And then also, did you say you needed some miscellaneous tools?
Oh, yeah, but we might be able to catch that in our meeting. We was gonna do that earlier, but we had some things happen, so.
Okay.
Well, can you
That's
get some
fine.
of those snipper things so I can go down and cut the weeds at
I
the,
got 3 pairs. I'll get you a set.
thank you.
Um,
Can you get them to me today?
Probably. Follow me home with my scooter. My son's scooter. And are we still wanting to look for another part-time summer help? Or we need to do a
This is
full-time?
my personal opinion. I say we just try and get the one we got going, get him going, then worry about that. See
Yeah,
how things.
I think financially, we're not in a position right
Get
now
this
to
guy-
hire. Let's utilize the 29 hours a week and get
Right.
moving.
See how things go, because if we keep going and we keep helping him out and helping the, we said from the get-go, we got a lot of catch-up to do.
Right.
Yeah, I
But I think we'll get.
Okay.
And if there's some small jobs that your guys can't get to or he can't get to, reach out to me And I'll see if I can get our police officers to help. They normally will help, do things. We just want to do it. the
They can
correct way.
help by just keeping the men's restroom clean when they visit it
Okay,
and keeping out there where they go out there and do their thing, take the trash out. That would be a help.
well, we'll make sure that, the cleaning records haven't been put on the restroom since August 5th. There's a policy on that. So let's make sure that we're doing that, and keeping the restrooms clean. Carl, can you share that with at your department?
Yeah, because we
meeting?
don't use the restrooms. We don't, we're not in here like they are.
On that, anything else?
I would request a schedule for the part-time employee. I think the clerk's office needs to know, and I think we as the council need to know
Intent to work in?
intent to work.
And you said you're gonna get one of those next weekend,
What's
right?
that?
A schedule?
Well, I'm gonna let you know what's a good weekend for him in September.
Oh,
No.
No.
It's so that we know daily.
Yeah, I had him out there. Your guy, he did weeks of them and then he quit. But I've got, what you're asking for is out there.
We want to know what days he's going to be here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like your intent to work?
Yeah.
Like,
Monday,
If you're
Wednesday,
working, if there's 29 hours,
Mhm.
what days does the clerk's office know that employee is going to be here?
Right, we can somewhat get to that, but then the rain days and things will throw that off, but we can
keep to it close as
ghostly
possible.
get you
and
something there. We might have something coming up like dumpster days
Right.
again. Where that week where he's intending on working
Tuesday.
Monday, Tuesday,
Clearly.
Wednesday, and he's gonna do Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so.
That just needs to be communicated.
Right.
There's been a lot of time where we've not seen an employee, and there needs to be that was never communicated by the employee to the clerk's office and so that it can be dispersed to the council.
Right.
You know,
Well, I mean, he
so
was here one day.
so we're
one week,
seeing, but we can discuss that more during the executive session.
So, all right, I'm done with my stuff.
Oh, I have one more thing.
Okay,
Are you
go ahead.
done with me?
No, not yet. I got one more thing.
We got a locking problem with that white four-door truck. I mean, we can't get all the locks to unlock. Like on the key fob, the back lock levers from some reason has been taken off. Now we can't get the rider's side. I guess I'm just looking
Which truck
for
is this, sir?
that white one, the white four-door.
Our older one? Oh, the new one?
That's what we're talking
Okay.
about.
So, I mean, I guess I'm looking for permission just to get it over to Ted's and have him get the doors where they can lock and unlock with the
Get an estimate.
buttons.
With the key?
Huh?
I would have them take it over and get a quote before Tuesday's meeting.
I mean, I have no idea it looks like that handle's been,
We just need to get a quote on it
okay,
Just get a quote on it.
because we can sit here and talk about it all night long.
sounds
But
good.
if we don't have a quote,
I'm pretty good.
then
at getting
nothing's going to move.
Yeah, I
on.
appreciate that.
All right, we'll get a quote for that, and then I couldn't understand what you were saying. I think when you were typing, it started. Were you talking, texting, or something?
No.
Oh, okay. 'Cause I saw Ted in there, so I was like, okay, it kind of makes sense now that you said that. But okay, I'm good.
I apologize, Mr. President, before we go into police, I looked at my notes, I have 3 different things I wanted to ask about. Zoning admin, has anybody applied? Can we advertise again, please? And are we advertising that on our Gaston page? On the actual official Gaston page? If so, we want to make sure that there's a no pay clause in there, because that's not a paid position.
Correct.
They had one.
Any updates? The last one resigned.
You resign.
Is that Brent?
Mr. Collins, yes. Any updates on the new sign? Because the one coming into town looks pitiful.
Oh, he's working. He told me 8 weeks. So that would have
projected
put it
by
out to July.
July.
They just need to get it down.
Well, I knew you told me, but it didn't sink in.
Yeah.
So.
But then now also we was wanting a couple weeks notice for committee. They're gonna have to be on some kind of a footer. The sign, does it just stick in the ground? I thought you said it had to go on a footer. Okay.
Yeah, I would think that gentleman, that whoever's putting that in, that falls underneath your agreement, that they need to discuss that with you when it goes to be put in, that you need to be involved in that process. I know the council, including myself, has set on the change in the emails from our current emails to in.gov. Are we paying a cost to in.gov right now? No, council, we have no choice but to get that done. I was gonna recommend that we stay with the current if we weren't, because my term is up in December 31st
Right.
of 2027.
That's his mind.
And I will make it official, I am not running for reelection. So I was hoping that there was no cost there and we would just continue, but I will get the in.gov done so we can eliminate that additional cost.
I mean, I can actually call and see if we could, but you're gonna have to pay, you gotta deal with Moran on the other, on how you're gonna do that.
If it's costing the town money, I need to move. My position, the reason why I wasn't going to move is because I thought, well, there's no cost. Let the new council member start with the in.gov. I finish out my term with what we currently have. But if it's costing the town, then all I need to do is get with our guy and get it taken care of. So are you in the office tomorrow? I'll get in contact with you and get it done. Because I know I've done everything else that he needed me to do.
All you guys need to do is contact David and he will do that.
Will you text me his number again, just because I know you and I text again, and I'll try to get that done in the morning. Okay, that's the only questions I have outside of police.
And one of them will actually be here tomorrow, possibly.
Okay, just let me know. Okay. The Sam email that I sent you, are we good there?
Yeah.
Okay. In the police department, Carl, you want to elaborate more on the cleanup as moving forward? I thought I read we had some that had citations. Has any fines been paid?
I don't know if they're
Any fines been paid to your office? So follow up on what, if the time limit's up on those. I talked to you prior to the meeting about the high weeds over here at the trailer park. I want an answer on that.
Well, I thought the attorney said that they was gonna take care of that, calling that other attorney to get in contact.
Well, and you may need to follow up. That's fine. And High Street, I want to follow up on that one.
They've been fine too.
Are those citations also for the blighted houses? Or is that a different?
They've got 6 or 8 houses.
Okay.
She's asking if blight goes underneath that ordinance.
What happens if they just continue to pay a fine, but they don't do any cleanup?
They get 3 fines and they get cleaned up. It's their fault.
Okay.
Council, the report was sent over with the hours. Officer Barber 192, Allen 116, Rasky 21, Jarrett 0, Denny 19.5, Carmen 0. They didn't have any training. They did have a departmental meeting. Patrol hours 348.5, total hours 349.5. Security check 1, runs 55, standbys 15 for a total of 55. Total fuel 35.67 gallons, total miles 110. I will advise you, council, that Carl and I are talking. We will be revamping the paid officer schedule. I will be overseeing it a little bit more. And there is a potential to ask the council to reduce the current part-time hours and potentially hire another part-time if our budget will meet that. We have not come to a total agreement, but I don't want to blindside you and let you know that is a potential that me and Chief Barber are discussing at this time. We have not had, other than our couple loyal reserves, we have not had a good performance out of reserves. It's been, we are in agreement that it's been more of a security type thing, needing the badge, and we're no longer going to entertain that. So we will be trying to get creative with our small budget and maybe reduce the hours on the part-time and then hire another one to help the town. Are you in agreement, Mr. Barber? I'll let Mr. Jarrett speak on the silencer quote, what the need is, what's required, why they want it, and we can go from there.
Basically, it's basically, it's all hearing protection. I don't know how many of you guys actually shoot guns or not.
I do not.
Or around them. But if you would set a gun off in this room, it would deafen everybody, and that's a liability for us.
You guys ain't gonna shoot nobody in this town.
Think about it.
Point of order.
Mr. Schneider.
Yes, sir, Mr. President.
I got 2 quotes on them. Going through the least amount of the quote for the $1,700. We got that because of being first responders. The silencers actually go for over $1,000 a piece. They gave them to us at $818 per unit. There's 2 units. These would be allocated to Carl and myself. I'm not sure what else you want to know. If I could answer questions, I'll be happy to.
This is something so it can help your ears when you're practicing
Absolutely.
and all that. So just help.
For the qualification certification.
Yes.
So they done away with the,
Yeah, we don't do that
No,
anymore. It's
come on.
hard to shoot that way.
no, I mean, they don't have air much. You know about silencers for your pistols,
No, for our rifles.
for your rifles?
Yes. I mean, we just went out and tried to serve warrants, and it would have been really loud inside this place if we'd had to use our rifles. Thankfully, we did not have to, so but it's a precautionary. And they dropped the $200 tax stamp now, so it's actually free. We just have to pay for the silencers, and that gives us all the equipment that goes. There's a couple other small pieces in there that make that adapts to our weapons. And that cost includes everything.
Okay, so if I understand you correctly, the law requires the silencer to be assigned to the officer because they're illegal to the everyday average person, correct?
Yeah.
They're not illegal. I can
They're
go
not
with them.
illegal.
You got one
You
guy
have
shaking
to-
his head yes and one shaking.
They're not illegal.
You can go to a gun and knife show and buy a silencer, screw in the end of
Yes,
your
you just gotta
pistol,
get your thumbprint.
and not have to fill out a federal government thing, and they
Not even.
You just hit it?
Good
don't
luck.
have to do that.
Good luck with that.
No, he's
I mean,
asking.
he's
He's asking.
Do that?
Yes, we have to get our fingerprints,
Yeah,
pictures. That's why I said that they had to be allocated to specific ones. We would
Mhm.
actually carry paperwork with the silencers. That's why they have to be in our possession at all times. So if they would come in and say, where's this at, Mr. Garrett? I'm like, here it is, paperwork. They can look at anything they want. And now if I give it to Bob, say, here, go have fun with it. And they pull him over and they say, where's your paperwork? This is not registered to you. So him and I are both killed.
Okay,
That's why I said.
I guess I
they have to be
misunderstood you.
allocated
You
to-
can get it, but when you get one as a citizen, you open your doors to the federal government.
Absolutely.
Anytime a round gets used in your area, and you got a silencer to come to your house, and they've got a right to come in your house and do whatever they want.
so my question is, are the other departments using this?
Yes, ma'am. Eaton's using them, Munson uses them. Madison County uses them.
So if we got 2, one for Carl and one for yourself, what about the other officers when they go to training?
So they're not actually doing that training right now. At a later day, at a later point in time, because of the cost, we were gonna see about maybe getting some more. Possibly next year, whenever money comes back available. Trying to do this on a low budget type.
Man, I understand the hearing. I'm worried about the hearing. That part I am. Council, I'm gonna take your feedback. I know 0 about silencers.
It's
I know.
good for safe training, for sure. You can actually, and you can, better to know when you're not going, whoa, 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 because I've shot a lot. You can see better even, so you, like, it's just a lot.
But
I can say for training.
When you guys are shooting them, you're out there at Delaware County at the shooting range. Out there where everybody's got earmuffs, ain't nothing out there but cops. So you're saying you need to have one of them put on in case you got to come in town and kick the front door in, shoot somebody and it deafens the guy down the corner. That's what it's about?
No, that's not what I said. I said it's about our hearing protection. When we go into these small, say this is,
Confined space.
say this is a front room,
Mm-hmm.
and we go in,
Mhm.
gunplay has to go on.
Mhm.
I still want to be able to know what I'm doing and not have my bell rung.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Sounds to me like I'd want one on my pistol, not my rifle going into a small
These
area.
are multi-caliber cans, and at a later point in time, if we decide to, we can do them anywhere from 9mm to, they will actually accommodate 9mm clear up to 416 Winchester mag
Which is what you guys carry in the nines.
nines.
I'm just trying to educate myself while I got you in
I
there,
appreciate the
I
healthy,
went with the multi.
respectful debate.
At some point, I would like to have the stuff put on there. Carl and I spoke about it and decided it would be better to start out with the rifles. And if he wants to go a different direction with it, the pieces are the same price. They're not just direct thread. They've got bushings and so they're all the same price.
Okay, so if you would resign or Carl,
That's all
Mr. Barber would retire, those are possession of the town. Are you going to come and tell the town that, we
Honestly,
can't have them back?
I don't know how that works.
Because it's in his name.
Because it's in our name and we can legally sign them over to you, but there's a process to go through to do that.
So what I would want to ask to do is that we table this until Tuesday. I want to know, if the town's paying for it, it's the town's property. I don't want you to come back and tell me that the town can't have it. Does that make sense? If it could be town property
And I
and
just don't
returned to
know-
the town?
I just don't know how the process goes yet. This is my first time talking with Silas Jacob.
Right.
I've had him on. He said he'd walk us through the process. I don't know. They might be able to apply him as an agency and then do a trust to where that we're named in that trust. There'll be one for him, one for me.
I don't know if it's transferable.
Right.
Yes, they are transferable.
Okay, so just, the question I have is, if the town purchases them, because I'm all about the safety aspect, what happens when Mr. Barber retires and Mr. Jarrett resigns with that equipment that the town paid for? And then we can follow up on Tuesday, and I apologize, I should have asked you that before tonight's meetings, I know you want to get it done, but I think we can wait till Tuesday if that'll work for you.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't have the answers to give you without the.
It's almost like buying a gun. You know,
It is like buying a gun.
Cause
A lot more
And
complicated.
even if there,
I know it is, but like, well,
even if there's
Another one.
a process or a paper that can be drawn up that Carl and I both would sign and have notarized on our, when we leave the department, whatever.
Right.
These will get signed over to you within, I don't know what the process is to, but within a reasonable amount of time of our departure, they'll be signed back over to the town, yeah.
So I have a motion to table the silencers till we get further information at the Tuesday special meeting.
second.
Have a motion with a second, please take roll call.
Katina.
Aye.
Robert.
Aye.
Brett.
Aye.
Okay, the other thing that we have is we changed to Xfinity Internet. It's not strong enough, from my understanding, to Carl to maintain the police department what we currently. So the department needs their own Xfinity Internet, 300 speed, like the office has, I'm assuming, for a total monthly cost of $177.90 with a one-time installment fee at $129.95 with a 2-year term.
Take a motion.
I was gonna let Robert motion that.
Um,
There you go. I didn't get to it. No.
so just make a motion to accept Xfinity at this price.
For the police department.
Okay, make a motion for police department to have Xfinity. Total monthly cost at $177.90. One-time installment fee at $129.95. A 2-year term.
Second,
Motion with a second, please take roll call.
Katina.
Aye.
Robert.
Aye.
Brett.
Aye.
Carl, didn't take long. The new pavement went in what, 2 days ago?
Yeah.
Guess what we got? You wanna guess?
Water main break.
We got speeders already. I got several complaints about people driving faster down there on the new pavement. I'm asking the department to monitor it, please. I know it's always an issue, people coming in out of town and the speed limit changing, but the complaints are there, so I want to make them known to you. I just thought it was rather unique, but it didn't take as long as I thought it would.
You know that sign coming into Gaston that says, right before you get to, what's their names that had a car lot?
Sunshine.
Yeah.
That, right before you get their house, it says, speed limit lowers to 30. But there's not actually a sign that says speed limit 30.
It should be right there. Did it get
No.
down? Should be right
It
down by
says, it
Audrey's.
says, Audra's sign says speed limit lowered to 20 during school hours. But there's not actually a sign that says speed limit 30.
Can you look at that in the streets and see if we'll get that looked at? I know we had the issue down here.
Yeah.
Carl, I'll make it short and sweet. When your officers are on duty, they're out patrolling. I know it's hot out. They need to be in the air conditioning. But I need to know that the public's seeing them. Enough said? Do you have anything else on police? Unless the council has any question to the police, we'll be finalizing our report.
Mr. Rosenbaum, you got anything to share?
Are we
Oh,
going
I
to,
got,
are we going to public comment?
Yes.
Right, I did too.
Okay, hang on just a second, Gary.
I'd wait for the third council member to come back before we have public comment.
yeah, I ain't gonna say no more. I've already made my point tonight. And
I didn't recognize you. I haven't seen you for years.
Huh?
I said, I didn't recognize you. I haven't seen you for years.
we haven't been out here.
Oh, yeah, I have. You know who I am?
Hey,
Yes, you know.
I know.
You know my grandmother.
Yeah, I
What are you
know.
doing?
Because you're young.
Any other public comments?
Mr. President, before you go into public comments, I would ask that I'm willing to hear everyone, but make sure they have the floor so we can hear them.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
I have a question about, my driveway. Cause you remember when it got tore up that one year?
Right.
I don't know who did that at the end of my driveway, because when I walked my house, it was like that. But now, like getting in my driveway is like, you gotta go full force. But getting out of it is the worst part, and it's literally tearing my car up. And I've got a brand new car sitting out there. And, I've already asked Carl about it. He said he was gonna get with that gentleman sitting there and ask about taking that, I don't know what you call it, the beginning of my driveway, the big ass hump.
Oh,
It's a
where
road
the,
curve.
Having that removed, that's my issue.
I know you and I talked about it. We didn't know the lines for personal property versus town property. Joe, can you take a look at that and make,
I've seen it,
I
what they
asked
are there.
Carl if that end is town property or if it's mine, and
Right.
he didn't know and said he would find out for me.
It's the town street, it's a road curve.
Okay.
It goes like this. And I know exactly what she's talking about.
I do too. I
It's-
pulled in our driveway before.
I mean, it beats you to death getting in and out of it.
Do you know if that's the only property down there facing that issue, or do
Well,
we have
probably
several?
not, but probably what's happened is it's not her fault
Right,
or anybody else's. Over time, that cement drive, I mean, we all say that's a new addition, but it's 60 years old. So that drive,
right.
in particular in her area, because you've got some funky sewer lines running
Yeah, I
there
see.
in people's properties, so that has settled and dropped down. I don't know if there's any of them in there worse than hers, but.
Well, what I'm saying is if it's something, if it's the town's responsibility, I understand the frustration, we
Right
need to
on.
address it.
Yeah.
But if we're gonna do it, if it's not the only property, then we need to look at all of them at one time. What is our fix? So we can get it done. I wasn't sure on whose property
Well,
was.
probably just in case she's probably not the only one having that issue.
Right,
So there's a couple fixes. One's really expensive and the other one's kind of filling that in, not to make it perfect,
I mean,
but
that's
make
what
it a
happened, that's
smoother
what they did
transition.
before, but when they plowed.
They tore it out.
It tore it
Right.
out, plus the drain pipe.
can you look at it and we'll talk about it Tuesday. If the town needs to do something, then we'll get it done.
It had a pipe in there with asphalt.
Right, see, that don't, and I mean, they've done that not just here, but all over the world, they do that when they first come out, they roll curves, but it don't last. Asphalt and concrete don't mix.
Don't mix together.
Yeah.
So let us know what the town's liability is there.
All right.
If there are no other comments, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
No other public comments? Motion to adjourn at 7:51 PM.
Second.
Motion with a second, please take roll call.
Katina.
Aye.
Robert.
Aye.
Brett.
Aye,
Thank you.
thank you.
See you on Tuesday.
And they want people have had at least.
It's the only two things I got then, speed limit sign and.
Curve, the speed limit sign.
Schedule.
That road down there, but we can talk more Tuesday. I don't think you all that